If you have tight hip flexors, what are you doing about them? Do you just let them get tight, or are you actually stretching? Some of us like to actually release our hip flexors, and I'm going to show you a way to release them using a foam roller. So if you are familiar with using the foam roller for your quads, you are going to come over, keep a bit of activity in your tummy so you're tall, and releasing your quads, you're coming down and up along the length of your quads. Now, to get at your hip flexors, they are on the outer portion of your hip. So if you put your hands on your hip and you have your hip bone here, think about that bit and around is your quads, your hip flexors. So we're talking TFL, tensor fasciae latae. So what do you want to do to find that? Is have the roller in the crease of your hip. So it would be in your knicker line or your pant line. And then what we're doing is we're gently lifting up to about a 30-degree turn. So in this instance, I'm on my left hip flexor, and I'm just going to move it slowly up and down. So think that hip flexor is quite short and quite tight, and it'll be from that hip bone area just down towards the outside of your leg. And then you want to just gently work out where that is. So if I'm coming to the other side, I'm finding my hip crease where my pant line would be, or where my hip would bend, and then I'm just gently coming across about 30 degrees, and I'm trying to find where that painful or that tight area is. Another way for you to look at it is if you're sitting cross-legged and you have a feel in your hip, you're looking for that tight section there. If you need to keep your finger on it, then when you go down on that roller, you want to come onto where those fingertips have been, and then you'll find it there. Okay, so this is your tensor fasciae latae, which is your superficial hip flexor, and that will get inherently tight mainly because a lot of us sit a lot more than we ever have. Because we're sitting a lot more, it doesn't ever get extended, and it's the one that stops us from sitting cross-legged. So if we can't get our hip down and we can't get our leg down, if we have a feel in that hip area here, we might be able to feel, oh, that's a bit tight. So you could also just use your fingers to try and get, so if your leg's up here, you'll notice it's tighter. You could do some release using your thumbs to get in there and lower it down. So that's a quick way for you to use the roller to get some mobility through your hip flexors. Let me know how you go and share it with somebody that you feel would need it.